Sarah? Sarah? Did you get me more of those cookies I love? I can't do a session without cookies. No? Well, that's sad. All right. Well, I suppose I should get started then. If there's not going to be any cookies, then who do we have today? Oh, it's right here in front of me. I have, hello, I think he's coming on now. Here he is. Jamie Cillery?
Hello? No?
No.
Hi. It's a light C. It's a celery.
Cillery?
Right.
Cillery?
It's like the vegetable except with an I except with an E.
Ah, I see. I see. So, interesting. Is your family in the industry of celery? Celery.
Celery. My family is actually in vegetable production.
They are? Really?
They are.
Tell me about that.
They make tomatoes, just tomatoes. And really, they're just tomatoes to be fed to pigs. So I suppose they're more in the protein and the wholesale slaughter of innocence industry because all the tomatoes go to the pigs that are being butchered for pork.
I see. I see. I had a pork loin last night. I wonder if your family had something to do with it.
Probably killed it.
Well, I suppose we could get to the reason why we're here today. You booked a session with me based on the fact that you needed therapy. So I wanted to ask you, why are you seeking therapy, in your own words?
Doctor, something's happened to me and it's making me feel a little twickly inside.
Oh, I see. So you feel disturbed.
I do.
Okay, disturbed in what way exactly?
Well, how best to explain it? All right, so the first time this happened, I was standing looking at a car coming down the street. The car was coming towards me. And I saw the front license plate, and it was a vanity plate. It wasn't a regular plate with the letters and the numbers and the squiggles on the symbol. Something like, see you later, but like with a capital C, a capital U, a capital L, and other stuff. And I thought to myself, I wish I knew what their actual license plate said. And as the car was approaching me, suddenly, I was looking at its backside, having passed me, looking at its regular license plate. And I realized I had gone 30 seconds into the future, Doctor.
Ooh. A chronologist.
I'm sorry?
Oh, it's a scientific term we use for people with abilities that are relating to time.
Oh, right. I thought you'd figured out I have Crohn's disease as well, and I was very concerned how you knew that much about me already.
Well, that's a detail. I'll have Sarah, write down he has Crohn's. Thank you. She's looking for a pen. She'll write it down, though.
Thanks, Doctor.
She takes all my notes. She's off there.
I have an invisible friend too, Doctor. I understand.
Tell me a little bit about your invisible friend, if you don't mind.
Oh, Teddy. Teddy came about the same time as the Powers.
Can I ask, what form does Teddy take?
Teddy takes the form of a wristwatch.
Is it that one that you're wearing there?
That's the funny part of it. I don't wear a wristwatch, Doctor. Teddy is an invisible anthropomorphic wristwatch that's got two funny hands and quite a sense of humor.
So he's a jovial type.
No, he's pretty depressed.
Maybe his form of humor takes the form of sarcasm.
He's a regular George Carlin him. Sure, Teddy.
I can remember when I first saw George Carlin. It was for therapy, actually. I have never seen his comedic talent, nor do I want to. Very peculiar. The wristwatch is a factor here. But this ability, how have you used it?
To go 30 seconds into the future, apparently, according to bystanders, I go into a sort of a trance state for approximately 30 seconds before I have the information from 30 seconds in the future. I also can't go back in time. So I enter the trance state, I'm moving around in my brain, and I see Teddy, and Teddy's telling me cracking fun jokes. But apparently 30 seconds passes, and me just staring out like a goon, and then I wake up, and 30 seconds has passed. But in that 30 seconds, I knew I was going to get a text message in 30 seconds.
When the 30 seconds is over, you know what is going to happen at that point in time.
Yeah, that's right. The other thing is sometimes I get 31. Like, I'll wait in my trance for 30 seconds. And when I come out, I've gotten 31 seconds of knowledge. And so sometimes it's worth doing just for that bonus second. You're going to take your glasses off.
Yes, and I did. That's amazing. You actually guessed that I was going to take my glasses off as I was taking my glasses off. Can you call upon this ability just at will?
Oh, sure. It says, hello, I need the ability. Got it.
Was that an old-style phone that you just picked up?
What are you talking about, Doctor? I was making a laugh. I had taken 2 fingers like a surfer's hello. I put it up to my ear like this. Did you see something else, Doctor?
You were holding a corded phone to your face.
Come to think of it, I have always been able to make objects appear if I really, really wanted them.
Essentially, just then, you really, really wanted to make a phone call?
Well, you had made a joke about calling on abilities, and I thought I'd be funny too, but there was no one on the other line. I don't think I can call on the ability. I don't think that I can charge it up and use it whenever I... Doctor, my iPhone charger. I was just thinking about charging up my abilities, and this came to me. Am I a freak, Doctor?
No, you are not a freak, and you are not alone. There are many, 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 many people with abilities. And it is a spectrum. Certain abilities are high in the spectrum, and certain ones are very low in the spectrum. I would say you're somewhere right around there.
Is there a number associated with that, or was it just the wiggle of your hands?
The number is actually 7.
On the scale of what, Doctor?
On the scale of 3 to 92.
Then I've always liked the number 7. It's all my mother's fault. My mother used to blow raspberries at me. I think that's why I hated her.
You hated your mother?
I did.
What about your father?
He wasn't around much. Kept going off into the middle distance, glazed over for 5, 10, 20 minutes at a time. And then he'd come back with strange predictions about the future. But he was just crazy.
Well, it sounds to me that perhaps he was crazy. Yes, you're right. You said your father was a vegetable farmer?
That's right. He was until the event. 2012. The location, Shaftesbury. The more specific location, the tomato farms of the Cillery family. My father was out in the yard. You know, it's all a yard when you have a farm. Everything outside of the house is basically the yard. And I remember looking at him and thinking, I wish I had a puppy. I wish I had a puppy. And apparently, because I wasn't clear with my desire or didn't specify, all of a sudden this large, bounding dog came bursting through the fields. It picked up my father in its mangy, grasping, gaping jaws and carried him off to parts unknown. No one has seen from or heard from him since.
So there's been no news of your father since that incident in 2012?
No, it's been me and my mother and my young brother working the tomatoes since then.
And no big, large dogs have come looming in your vision at any point in time?
There's one time I was in Baskerville and I saw a cat. That's the closest I can think of.
I've heard of the Cat of the Baskervilles. That's lovely musical. Sorry, this tea is delicious, by the way. Sarah, can you send some tea over to our guest?
Doctor.
What?
Sarah backwards is Aris, who is the god of misinformation and woe.
She often gives me misinformation, so that reads.
That's better.
Nice job, Sarah.
Doctor, I found myself wishing I had some of your tea, and suddenly I have it in front of me.
Yeah, Sarah says she didn't send you any tea, so that's not my tea.
Oh, this is coffee. Doctor, you told me you were sending me tea. Disgusting. How did that come to be?
It's very interesting. I would say you have 2 abilities.
Why would you say that?
Well, it seems that you have this 30-second into the future, but not quite ability. I call it a sub-ability. But you actually have a greater power that you have not yet investigated. And that is the ability to make things from your mind corporeal, or corporeal, as the French say it.
Hold the phone, Doctor. I think it's possible I got a rad ability. Doctor, I'm feeling very glad right now.
Well, you should, but you also should have a certain amount of fear.
Why?
Well, when one comes upon a new ability, there is a certain degree of uncontrollability with that ability. And
is that the first time you came up with that?
It may be the first time I've ever said that in my life, yes. So I would say that you should use a grain of caution whenever using your ability, because you never know what your mind is thinking and what will appear.
Doctor, I just had a vision that I was going to be holding an object before.
Oh, that is interesting. Nice. I believe that's a yoga roll, is it not?
It's a roller. I was just thinking with an Amazon Basics, Doctor.
Nice. I believe that's a yoga roll, is it not?
It's a foam roller. I was just thinking that it felt really good to be getting back to basics. Suddenly, this was here to roll out.
Yes. I was actually, if you, what?
Apparently, it makes the same thing when I'm getting rid of an object as when I'm getting an object.
Oh, I see. I see. So the object just disappeared now.
Oh, sure. You think all these things are just sitting around the house after I came up with them? No, they just vanished back again.
That would be dangerous, I would think. This is very interesting. But do the objects take 30 seconds to disappear?
Well, hold on. Looking at the roller. Looking at the roller. Yeah, it's gone about 30 seconds.
So almost everything that we've talked about has taken about a 30-second increment.
Yeah, it seems about right.
Seems about right. So what do you think you will do with these abilities?
I'd love to be standing in front of a family in need and conjure up the food that they request, or a little house for them to live in, or they stand in front of a leader of the world and I'd be able to take their crown from them and become the leader and crush all that stand in my path with the extraordinary prediction and manifestation properties of my abilities. You know, either or both.
I would probably lean more to the use that you give out to people rather than take away. I think you'll find much more gratification in that as a person, as a human being. I find that people with abilities at times tend to feel that they are greater than the average human. And
I'm sorry, go on, Doctor.
Mr. Cillery, did something just occur?
I think so, Doctor. You were telling me about being good and about fighting the forces of evil inside my own head, and all of a sudden I started to realize the amount of power that I possess, and you've opened me up to that, Doctor.
Your hat has disappeared.
The objects are coming and going faster, Doctor. Was that hat ever there?
And I've also noticed that your hairstyle is very whimsical. Did you do that as well?
Thank you, Doctor. Just happened to be that way.
My. I suggest we not go any further with this ability. Oh, right then. That's, okay.
Doctor, I was just trying to show you what I could do if I felt like it and you were someone whose power I wanted to take.
This is, truly astonishing.
Thanks, Doctor.
To call on... Exactly. Call on... Whoa. Sarah, I think we've lost him.
Doctor.
He may have disappeared himself. We may need to send out the police. I'm not sure. Oh, he's back. What? Where did you just go?
Into a dark place, Doctor.
I feel like we need to book another session for you because I don't know that we've gotten to a place where I can say with good conscience that you know where you're going.
Oh, I know exactly where I'm going, Doctor. I'm coming to your office. I'm getting your patient list. I'm going to call every single one of them and assemble them together into a team the likes of which you've never seen, and I'll take over the world, whether they want to help me or not. Or my name's not Jamie Cillery.
What if your name wasn't Jamie Cillery? What would it be?
My name, Doctor, would be Time Zone.
It seems that we've come to an impasse here. I don't know what to expect next, but I'm sure it will be something exciting. That's been a very interesting session we've had today, Sarah. So I suppose let's try and get some more clients before Mr. Time Zone shows up, shall we?